the heart. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. All right.
Hello.
We're live.
Hi guys.
Hello out there. Hey, Steven. I don't know if
And
anybody
Gina.
else watches. Gina. Hey, Gina. But everybody else, we'll see you later on tape delay. But it is the week of the 100th day. It was the 100th day.
103, I believe we're at.
Yeah, 100 days came and went just like that. And guess what?
Still here.
We're still here. So, don't have much for you this week. A couple of things happened, so we'll do in order. There's one bill that passed this week that has to go back for concur refuse. So Lee's going to tell us about that one real quick.
Yeah, House Bill 2119, school safety reporting. That was kind of a hybrid of Senator Bartow and Representative Hernandez's ideas about school safety that ASBA made some amendments to that we are now neutral on. So the bill now just requires that districts outline their policies for reporting any kind of violent crimes, offenses on campus, and then makes that reporting structure available online for any concerned parents to look at. And if a district decides to not do that, then they're not eligible for SRO funding if that's something they're into. So that was kind of the punishment that we put in there. And that got us neutral. So that was good news for us there.
Yeah. Originally, it was 10% state funding withholding. That's what they put in there, and that was not
That was a
to our.
no-go.
Yeah, that was a non-starter. So they wanted a penalty. That's what we came up with. Two more bills. Aside from that one, that one's going to concur refuse, like we said. There are three more, actually. I apologize. Three more bills that are now ready for the governor. So the first one of those, Senate Bill 1177, which is it's called Special Education Home School District. It changes the definition of home school district for the purposes of special education to currently in statute it is the district in which the student's parent or guardian actually resides. This will change it to the school district or charter school the student last attended. So we had some questions about this earlier in the week. That does not affect any routine special education services, IDEA, all that good stuff. But what it does affect is private residential placement. That's where that home school district definition comes in. So it will change who's responsible ultimately for those placements and the costs associated with those placements to the district or charter of last attendance. It's been our experience that most students who require that are in their school district where they live, but not always. So it will relieve the home school district, the student's actual school district residents, from dealing with that expense and procedure if the student does not actually attend there. So we support that bill. Next one, ready for the governor. We'll go in House numerical order. So 2036 is the next one. Morgan, why don't you tell us about that one?
All right, so 2036 is nothing new. It was actually included in that little omnibus with the no promo homo repeal. So this was passed through because it wasn't conjoined with the state board like with the no promo heal. So it's still a separate bill. So they just passed it, I guess, as an insurance policy to make sure that's in there. So it's just changing around the due dates for the JLBC for some of the dual enrollment stuff. So that's nothing we haven't seen before. It was actually already signed. So I think they just pushed it through nice and easy.
All right. Next one, ready for the governor again, House Bill 2425. So
2425 expanded what taxpayers can claim school tax credit for. Schools can now use that money for a broader range of things, including consumables like tissues and copy paper, as well as shade structures on playgrounds and a few other kind of random items. So we're neutral on that. I don't think it'll really change much of how schools are using those funds. But it was a little controversial. Some Democrats, don't like the public school tax credit on its face. So it did pass just on party lines.
yeah, a tough one for us. Usually we would oppose those because expanding the tax credit use isn't something that we're typically down for, I guess you want to say, but in favor of would be a better way to put it. But on this one, it's sort of a capital use as instead of an instructional use, we were neutral. So if you have excess funds, if the governor signs that bill, you'd be able to spend them down on some other things. Lastly, there was one bill signed this week, House Bill 2303, Schools, Computer Science, Mathematics, Science. That's the long title. The basic thrust of this is it targets the computer science professional development program funds that were passed last year, assuming that they're re-upped this year. There's a statute that creates that program. It targets those monies first to districts where the population is 60% free and reduced lunch and or rural. So that would sort of shift some of those monies to those areas first. There's also a piece about the state board looking at including more computer science components in their guidelines for using computer science to fulfill that fourth math credit that's required for high school graduation. So it was an emergency measure, so it was signed, which means it's in effect immediately, which is important for the professional development program funding. If they fund that again this year in the budget, then it will be effective with that prioritization, 60% free reduced lunch. Other than that, those are all the bills.
Just trickling by.
Yeah.
One or two a day. It's riveting, guys. You should be here.
Yeah. So we are just waiting for, I guess, white smoke on the budget, to use a Catholic reference.
Papal term.
Yeah, papal term. Waiting for the budget to take shape. Revenue conformity is still holding up the process. And we wait. We try to get as much intel as we can, but nothing is really forthcoming at the moment. So we are hanging out, talking to you instead. So whenever something comes out, or we have intel to share, you'll be the first to know, either via email or this here video. So yeah, stay tuned. It's getting hot, so it's over 100 days and pretty soon over 100 degrees regularly. So the old
It's time to get out of here.
100 by 100 rule will come into effect. People get cranky. So hopefully that speeds things along. And that's it. So have a good weekend. We will see you all next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Those are DC Comics, I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Anyway, we're wrapping it up. Brooke's
Okay, bye.
giving us the high sign. Have a good weekend. We'll see you later.